it's been a while since I've had any projects going on or any videos going on. I've got my little self-watering gardening project, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I got a lot of information off of YouTube. This guy did this, that guy did that, and I figured out how I'm going to do it. First of all, I'll be off camera for a second. I've got to cut a piece of 1.5 inch PVC pipe. And I've cut one end of it at 45 degrees. So hang on a minute, you're going to hear the saw running. And I hope my air conditioning condensing unit doesn't come on outside here. Now the wind is blowing, so I don't know what's going to happen to this video. Hang on a minute, here we go. Noisy. Here's a piece of 2 foot long, 1.5 inch PVC pipe. And I got one end cut at a 45 degree angle. This is going to be my fill tube. Now I'll show you how I'm making these self-watering planters for my tomatoes. In the past, I've tried growing tomatoes this way and that way, and it's always been a job to take care of it, and I don't need a lot of tomatoes. I just want tomatoes when they're in season. So I went to Lowe's for $3.25. I get the blue bucket, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but in the bottom I've cut a 3-inch hole. See my hand? Also a bunch of 7/16 or 3-inch holes around the bottom. I don't know if you can see them or not. Here's what happens. I take a 3-inch net pot. It's this. It's 3 inches in diameter. It's got a lip on it, and it fits in the hole. Like that. Oh, knocked it in the hole. It fits in the hole. And then I take the bucket with the net pot in there. I'll tell you where I got the net pot. And I stick it in a second bucket. See? 2 buckets. One inside the other. And this lip on the bucket holds it 3 inches off the bottom of the bottom bucket. Now what I have to do is drill a hole in the bottom of my holy bucket for my watering tube. So I turn this upside down, and so I know where things are. I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom of the bucket, halfway between where the wire bales are. No special reason, just that's where I want to do it. I take my drill with my hole saw and chuck it up. And I proceed to drill a hole in the bucket. So the edge of the hole is at the edge of the bucket. There. All done. Piece of cake. Now, what happens is that the fill tube goes through the hole. See, it comes out the bottom. So when I set it in the other bucket, the bottom bucket, I put it in the hole. So then when I fill this top bucket with dirt and potting mix, the fill tube goes past all the dirt into the bottom. There's a 3-inch water reservoir in the bottom of the bottom bucket. What happens is, when you start putting your soil in, you fill your net cup with soil, put it in so it sinks down into the water reservoir. This watering system works on what they call wicking. Years ago, we had kerosene lamps and lanterns. It had a wick, and the wick would go from the fixture it was in down into the bottom of the lantern where the kerosene was. And the kerosene would soak up into the wick and get drawn up into the part of the wick that you like. Well, this is the same idea. The dirt in this net bucket, it's all full of holes, absorbs the water, and the water will wick up into the soil in the rest of the bucket, into the main bucket. So that when it's all together, you have the wicking net wick, and you have your fill tube, and it's at an angle so it's off the bottom so the water can get in there. If it was flat, it wouldn't let the water in. The dirt in the net pot soaks up the water and it wicks up into the soil in the pot. Now, according to what I've read, the bottom bucket will hold almost a gallon of water, and it'll last about a week. If you put some liquid fertilizer in the water, excuse me, like fish emulsion, like a gallon of water, you put in a tablespoon of fish emulsion, that nutrient-rich water will also soak up into the dirt, then feed your plants. So I'm going to give it a try. See what happens. One more thing you have to do with this bucket system is the bottom bucket. The top bucket is 3 inches from the bottom. So measure a hole up almost 3 inches, 2.5 inches or so, and drill a 1/2 inch hole in the bottom bucket so you cannot overfill the water reservoir. You have to have an air space between the water level and the bottom of the bucket with the dirt in it. Otherwise, you'll get root rot. So we're going to give this a try. I'll keep you updated on how things are progressing. I'm only going to plant 2 buckets, and we'll see what happens. One nice thing about it is in the fall, if we're going to have a frost, I can carry the buckets into the house overnight and protect the plants, and then when the frost threat is over, I can put them back outside again and increase my growing season. All I'm going to grow is tomatoes, cucumbers, and green peppers. And what I get is what I get. And if it don't work, what the heck? I tried it. So I'll keep you all posted. That's it for this video. There'll be another one coming up shortly on my soil mix. Have a good day.